There's always so much to do in Polk County, from sporting events to arts and entertainment. Sometimes, though, it's hard to keep track of it all, what's going on and where. Well, Tourism and Sports Marketing has come up with a brand new smartphone app so that you can keep tabs on everything that's going on. Here today with us in studio, we have Neal Duncan from Polk County Tourism and Sports Marketing. So, Neal, you're normally on Sports Central,
right,
but you've made the leap to Polk Place to tell us about this brand new app. So tell me about it.
Well, it's Explore Central Florida, and it's a partnership between Polk County Tourism Sports Marketing and the Ledger Media Group. We came together, we saw a need, and it's not only for visitors to Polk County, but also for the citizens, and it's a way for us to get information in people's hands. You know, it's hard to believe, or hard to think of the world without smartphones, and anymore, you know, your directions or your movie times or just anything. You go to that smartphone, you look for that information, and so we've come together to partner with the Explore Central Florida app.
So is it just a list of the events, or is it contact information? What do we have in the app?
Well, the app, obviously, you can go to the iTunes or you can go to Google Play for the Android. So you can Android or iPhone. We're not going to get into that war of which one's better, but the app is usable for both. But it's got main categories, and I'm looking at my list here because I don't want to miss any, but arts, history, music and theater, nature and outdoors, sports, and much, much more.
Okay, so it really covers the broad spectrum.
It does, and it's information. Basically, if you were to look at our visitor's guide, or you're looking at the app, obviously the app is a much condensed version of the visitor's guide, but what we want to do is when we get people into Polk County, we want to keep them here. We want them to have as much fun as possible and spend as much money as possible while they're in Polk County. One of the greatest things that we fight is perception as far as the residents of Polk County. Because when you've lived somewhere for a long time, you think you've seen everything. You think you've done everything.
There's nothing new.
Polk County is a very large place, and there's a lot of things that people aren't really sure that or don't know about. And this app also gives them the opportunity for that. So our frontline servers or our hotel clerks or whoever it is, when somebody comes in and says, hey, I'm in town for business, or I'm in town for a few days with the family, what's there to do? Well, if we have this app now, instead of flipping through the vacation guide or whatever, they can go, hey, have you downloaded the Explore Central Florida app? And then they can kind of discover Polk County for themselves.
Okay, is there a charge for the app?
No, it's a free
awesome.
download. Like I said, Android or iPhone.
Okay.
Now, as far as if you're a business in Polk County, there's listings, there's basic listings, and if you contact the Ledger Media Group, you can actually do buy up into photo listings and your web address and things like that, but that's separate. Those are for the restaurants and the attractions and things of that nature. But as far as the consumer or the citizens, because as I just mentioned, there is so much to do here in Polk County that even people have lived here all their lives maybe have not experienced it, all the way down to Cherry Pocket or Universal Shooting Academy, which is going to be the host of the 2014 World Shoot, where the entire world is coming for the event. Not too many people probably know that exists.
No. And it's down in Frostproof,
It's down
right?
in Frostproof,
Yeah.
The Frostproof Theater, the Winter Haven Theater. There's a lot of things that are there that, we are creatures of habit, and we tend to go to and do the same things, but this really allows you to, well, just like the name is, explore Central Florida.
Okay, so if I was coordinating some kind of sports event, or I'm putting on an art display, how could I get my information promoted in this app?
The app is more of a general information type thing. Now, if we have an event coming in, we can customize the welcome information like we've done for a few events. But we work with the Ledger Media Group, but it's kind of tricky because you have to go through Apple and you have to go through all the, even though it's maintained locally, you still have to go through all the parameters of Apple or Android or whatnot. But we talked about the 6 main categories: dining, shopping, nightlife, where to stay, what to do, and local services. So not only does it have the ins and outs of what a tourist would look for, but also local services, police, fire. Pretty soon we're going to be adding walk-in clinics. So if you're here with your sports team and something happens, or somebody gets sick, or you're here with your family and you need a 24-hour walk-in clinic, we're going to add those services to it as well.
That's great. Now, what if what if people don't have a smartphone? Can they still access this information on the website?
Absolutely, because this information is being pulled from visitcentralflorida.org or centralfloridasports.com, which is one and the same, because we're tourism and we're sports here under the Polk County umbrella. So that's kind of the master calendar, if you will, for this information. So if you want your information to be in the app as well as on those websites, contact us at the office, 863-551-4750, or you can go to the respective websites, centralfloridasports.com or visit centralflorida.org, and then we actually pull that information for the calendar of events on the app.
Well, Neal, e-marketing is a big up and coming trend with, travel and really just anybody trying to promote things. So talk to me a little bit more about what Central Florida Sports Marketing is doing about that.
Absolutely. It's important for us to have all points of access for our visitors to get this information. On the team side of stuff, they usually already know where they're going and things like that. But Visit Florida a few years ago, which is the state's tourism bureau, did a study, and 33% of people didn't know where they were going or staying the next day. 33%.
That's a lot.
People they want to be adventurous.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're just going out, they're exploring, they're looking for things to do. So, of course, we have Polk Outpost 27, our official visitor center at I-4 and 27. But once we get them here, once we, if we reach them at Polk Outpost 27 or we don't, this app gives us the opportunity to do that. But we're also using the websites, because people are going on, people still use travel agents, but that's more on the corporate travel side of things. As far as leisure travel, they're really using their own research methods to do that. So it's important for us to maintain and have great content on our websites, but we're also getting into the Twitter, the Facebook, the Pinterest, the YouTube, the Flickr, all these things, because these are where people are at. These are where people are having conversations about either the trip they're getting ready to take or the trip that they just took. Because, let's face it, you can spend a lot of money marketing your destination, but one negative review by somebody, it's a trickle-down effect to their friends, to their family. You want to make sure that they have the best experience possible. So you want to make sure that you have that information in their hands, and our staff on the e-marketing side has done a fantastic job. We also have our blogs, sunnycentralflorida.com. Soaking Up the Local Culture is a blog that is published every Monday and features local recurring events. So it's a great opportunity for us to not only have these assets, but keep the content fresh on a weekly basis.
All right. So, okay, you're on your Facebook, you're on Twitter. What are your handles or
I knew you were going to ask that. I'm now going to cheat on my sheet here. Twitter.com/Visit Central Florida, and then Facebook.com /Visit Central Florida, and then sunnycentralflorida.com is our blog post.
Okay, and then you said you're on Pinterest. What are you pinning on Pinterest?
They're pinning pictures.
Oh, okay.
Different,
so pictures around the county.
This is Legoland. This is Bach Tower. This is Fantasy of Flight. Just again, when it's 13 degrees in Detroit, Michigan, and you see a picture of, hey, this is today at Lake Parker. Okay. You're ready to book that trip.
I thought you were getting craft ideas for your next.
No, well, yeah.
Some arts and crafts.
I do that on the side.
Oh, okay, side. Okay. So all of the social media that you guys are doing on Pinterest and YouTube, everything like that, it's probably pretty important for you guys to keep current, right?
It really is, because it's like one of those things. The great thing about it is, you used to produce a vacation planner or a golf guide or whatever. As soon as you produced it, it was wrong. Because things change.
Yeah.
So with social media, so with the internet, the e-marketing, you're able to update these things to the minute as things do change, or as a new location, a new opportunity, a new hotspot for visitation opens up. And with Disney to our east and the beaches to our west, we have to maintain and be relevant within the market, because those are two big huge monsters and great attractors to the Central Florida area. We don't shy away from our location being between Tampa and Orlando. We embrace it. I mean, what's the number one rule in business? Location, location, location. And speaking of location, the app that we were speaking of, Explore Central Florida app, has location services. So it uses the Google Maps, and so you can be using your app there. And if you want to find that local movie theater, or you want to okay, I'm downtown Lakeland, how do I get to Legoland? Or I'm at the Detroit Tigers spring training game, how do I get to the rodeo tonight at River Ranch? So it's got all those things. It's a work in progress. We wanted to go ahead and get it up, get it out there for the consumer, and then like anything, we're just updating it and making it better and better.
Great. Well, it sounds really exciting. I'm going to go download it after we get off the show. But thanks for coming on, Neal, and telling us all about everything we've got going on.
Absolutely. We're happy to do it. And I was a little thrown off by the set. It wasn't what I'm normally used to, but thanks for having me on.
Okay. Well, if you want to find out everything that's going on in Central Florida and Polk County, more about where to eat and where to go to spend your time, you need to go onto your smartphone's app store and download the Explore Central Florida app. It will give you all sorts of information on, like I said, arts events, sports events, locations all throughout the county. And for more information on on everything going on in Polk County Tourism and Sports Marketing, you can find them on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Pinterest. You can also follow their blog, Sunny Central Florida, and of course visit centralfloridasports.com or visit centralflorida.org.